Hi guys, have you noticed that 4.4mm jacks, like that one, are becoming new standard? I mean, here you have a gaming digital to analog converter at headphone amplifier, and it does have 4.4mm balanced jack, and it's not the only one to have it. This is SMSL R1 that can be yours for $95 without any coupons or sales price, so that would be the base price. And that's a device targeted towards gamers mostly, I think. But as we've seen with other similar devices, these are getting better and better, and no longer gaming means something with low quality and overpriced. So I got this guy as it has the lowest price so far, comparing to the other ones that I've reviewed so far. And still, with the slowest price, it still has a great build quality and a microphone input with the volume setting here, which is quite nice, by the way. It also has analog bars and treble controls and a few EQ profiles. These would be this analog volume bars meters, and that would be bass and treble control over here. It has a few EQ profiles, 3 to be exact. You can switch them by this button, but why am I stating that these are 3 profiles while you can see 4 here? Because the first one is EQ flat, meaning the EQ is off. I think the second one has a V-shaped profile, meaning that the treble and the bass are boosted, just the lower end and the top end. And I think the EQ3 seems to be emphasizing vocals. I don't know what should I call the EQ number 4. It does change the sound. I'm saying all of this because I wasn't able to find in any documentation, in any marketing materials or manuals, the descriptions for the EQ profiles. So I am saying how I hear them. Okay, so let's talk some numbers. THG plus noise, 0.009%. Quite nice. Dynamic range, 98 decibels. Signal to noise ratio, 98 decibels. And channel separation is 95 decibels, which is quite a lot and suggests that internally this has a fully balanced build. Headphone amplifier output power at maximum is 120 milliwatts per channel into 52 ohms headphones. And bass and treble setting here is anything between +9 and -9 decibels for both treble and bass. Now, the build quality. With the box, you're getting a microphone splitter cable, so you're able to connect TRRS microphones or headsets to both of those. The whole body is made of CNC machined aluminum, so it's really nice. There is a screen protector, a simple foil on the level meters, and you can see it. The plastic below looks way better than the meter, because this is it looks way better than the screen protector, because the screen protector is just a very thin piece of foil. Still, I've left it here because it does protect the screen somehow. Okay, on the bottom of the device we have 3 sets of connectors. The first one is 3.5mm jack for the microphone, and we also have 2 connectors for headphones. HP1 is 3.5mm stereo jack, that's traditional single-ended connection, and as I've said at the beginning, we also have balanced 4.4 jack here called HP2. Nothing interesting on the bottom except for quite good quality rubber feet, and they make it hard to move on the desk. So that's quite nice because it won't be moving with the cables. On the back of the device, we have single-ended RCA outputs, we have coaxial and optical SPDIF inputs, and we have two USB connectors. The upper one is used only for power delivery. The lower one doubles as a power delivery and signal input from your PC console or any kind of Android device or anything like that. Yeah. On the top, we have a couple of things. Level meters, a simple display for selecting EQ profile and input source, which you can switch by this button here. Long press powers the device off and long press powers the device on. And there is also a dedicated button for selecting EQ profile. We have three nice sliders. The first one is for setting the volume of the microphone input. The second one is for treble control and the third one for the bass control. All of them has nicely marked 0 position. Those two guys, this one would have 0 somewhere over here, but all of them have a very tactile, I think you can hear that, place for the 0 or middle position in this case. So it's a very nice thing because you do not have to reset that by your eye, but you can just slide it and it clicks in. Okay, we also have a very large volume control. This is plastic, by the way, but there's one thing that I really like about that volume control. Underneath it's using a regular analog volume pot, but the smoothness and how should I call that, the feel that you get when you're rotating that is really nice. There is nothing that would be touching to this wheel, so it just goes smoothly and quietly with just right amount of feedback. As you can see, I cannot push it, so it will rotate on its own. Okay, so that's all about the build. I had been trying to open and disassemble this SMSL R1, and I succeeded up to the point. In order to open the device, you need to remove all of those small screws. 4 here, 3 on the bottom, another 4 here, and the one here. Then you'll be able to remove the plate here, and you'll be able to remove the volume pot plastic handle. You need to push it upwards from the inside. And then you'll have a problem because the PCB would slide forward unless it wouldn't be connected by 4-pin connector with the display here. And the problem is that in order to disconnect the display, you would need to remove this metal plate here that goes around the back. And the thing is that it's probably glued using some kind of double-sided tape or just some kind of glue because I wasn't able to lift it much. And I didn't want to use isopropyl alcohol on the brand new device. So what I was able to confirm that's inside is a couple of things. Yeah, a couple of important things. The first one, as you can see in this marketing photo, this is actual photo, this is not a render. All of the ICs had been sanded down. And I can confirm that. This is a view from the side with the headphone connector, so this side, and this side. And when I was looking inside, all I could see were sanded down ICs. I could also see that everything inside is with SMD technology, so no large component, no large capacitors, nothing like that. Everything is surface mounted, as you can see on the photo. And that's it. I gave up. I gave up. I stopped trying to disassemble that because I felt that maybe removing the top plate here maybe one-time adventure only. Yeah, that's new for me. As you know, I'm basically opening everything up. So let's connect this small guy, yeah, to my tablet. Yeah, so we'll have some music source. Yep. Yeah, let's start with Neutron player and yep. Nope, again, I need to switch the tablet and give me a second. And here we go. I have Neutron playing here, so you can see the bars in here. The device comes in two flavors, the silver one and the black one. I got the silver one because I think it looks more modern, and those LED bars look quite nice, especially during nighttime or in the evenings. I have a quite strong lighting here for the review purposes, but they do look quite nice. So, was that all about the build? One more thing. If you will drop the device, you do not need to worry about damaging it. You should, however, worry about damaging the floor. This is a really solid CNC aluminum block. It's very nice. It gives this high quality feeling. And yeah, it's very durable. Okay, so let's talk about the sound quality, because that's the most important part about that device. The bass. The bass has nice warm touch. Even with ARIA, my Hi-Fi Man ARIA, but if you want power down there in the bass region, you should get something dynamic like Hi-Fi Man R9 or R10. But that's the ARIA issue, that's planar headphone, not R1 problem. The bass is powerful and it's slightly warm. I wasn't able to confirm the actual IC used as a digital to analog converter inside, because as you've seen, everything was sanded down, and there's also no mentioning about that in the marketing materials. I would probably guess this is one of the Cirrus Logic chips, but I may be wrong here. Moving on to the mid-range. I think R1 was designed and voiced for long sessions. The mids are very smooth, non-sibilant and non-fatiguing, to the point I'd like to have some more energy here. But I have to admit, it really does work if you spend hours and hours in your headphones. I took R1 to my office and used it for 8 hours in a row without any fatigue. Vocals are slightly warm, and I'd like them to be a little more detailed, but the timbre of the vocals is very nice. The treble extension is good, but I wanted some more air here, so I liked R1 most with EQ2 profile. Let's change that to EQ2. By the way, the device remembers the last used profile. I was using it with EQ, and it was working a little bit better than manually adjusting bass and treble controls. You can do that as well, but the EQ profile gave me a little bit cleaner treble than just going up with the treble slider. So I've left it in neutral position and just used EQ profile. Okay. With that guy, EQ2, you'll get all the transparency and airiness, but at the same time, it won't become piercing or fatiguing. So that would be my recommended setting. Just set it to EQ2 and leave it like that. Forget about changing anything else and you'll be fine. Now, moving on to some technicalities. Detail. Now, detail is the area that I would like to see a little improved. It's better than with all my PC internal sound cards. I have quite a lot of computers here and you won't believe that, but I have about 6 machines that are doing different stuff on my house. And the R1 sounds better than all of them. because it does have a dedicated DAC chip and dedicated headphone amplifier. It does sound better than all my PC internal sound cards, but SMSL brand comes with some expectations. Though I have to admit that pairing R1 with ARIA is not very fair because of the price difference. If you'll be pairing R1 with the headphones in this price range, so meaning lower than 100 or a little above 100, I think up to $200, then you'll be perfectly fine. I'm nitpicking here because I have planners, so I'm using planners as my reference review gear. Okay, moving on to imaging. Interestingly, soundstage is quite wide, with good sound source positioning. R1 is clearly geared towards gamers, as this quality, this ability to position the sound sources, is very important in all first-person shooter games. So if you play a lot of these games, you will appreciate a good center image, very wide and precise left and right imaging, and some depth info. But the most important thing for you will be the ability to pinpoint the direction to the sound sources. So that would be mostly left and right. Okay, the summary, my summary. One thing I have to mention here is that it does have slight hiss if you are using very sensitive IMs. I've encountered that with one of my IMs from my collection, but with other, I think 10 types of headphones that I've tested, R1, it was perfectly fine. After using it in the office for the past 3 weeks, not for gaming exactly, but for Teams calls, some trainings and presentations, I have to say that I absolutely love the microphone slider. It's a very natural and quick way to use it to lower or raise your voice level for your audience when you're doing some kind of presentation, when I was doing some kind of training, and I had a lot of people listening to what I'm saying, and I was having some animations, some voiceovers. This is excellent way to lower your volume level, your own volume level, or to raise it above the background. So that's an excellent thing. Now, the sound performance is solid, unexpectedly good for the price, but you have to be careful with super sensitive IMs. What I mean by super sensitive? Anything that would be above 110 or 120 decibels of sensitivity, as they might catch this background hiss I was mentioning earlier. But any regular headphones are perfectly quiet with silent background. I also like very much the build quality. This is solid aluminum block and it's so much better from anything plastic. Level meters are a cool addition just for the looks. You won't be looking at them all the time when you'll be using the device. Still, it just looks nice. And I think my music just stopped. Let's change that. Oh wow. Locking pattern. Yeah. Okay, there is some music, but it was just playing quietly. Okay, so I like the meters because they really look nice, especially in the evenings. So R1 can be a good choice if you are in the market for something solid under $100. By the way, this is the lowest priced from the devices I've tested so far. So this is a significant positive that I think the Fossi one was double the price or almost 3 times the price of that one. So yes, that's quite a big difference. And this guy will last longer than your headphones and can be used with all of your devices like gaming consoles, like PC, like your Mac, or even TV at the same time, just with switching the inputs with this small button. So that's quite useful thing because you can connect all of them at the same time and just switch them and use with your one set of headphones and one set of microphones. So Also, one thing worth mentioning here, I've tested this device with a USB isolator, and when I was pairing it and using signal input from my PCs, placing USB isolator between R1 and input cable improved the sound quality, which is basically something that I would expect, knowing that the PCs tend to be noisy. One other thing, if you'd be using it with optical or SPDIF sound sources, it's a very good thing to use either linear power supply or just power bank to power the device, because again you'll get cleaner, better quality, more open and transparent sound. These are very simple modifications, very easy to make, and all of them are improving the sound quality of R1. So again, all the necessary links in the video description. There's also my test system setup described there. I hope this video review will help you in some way. So thanks for watching and have a great day, guys. If I forgot anything, if you'd like to ask me any question about R1, just give me a shout in the comments. Thank you and have a great day. See you next time.